If you have ever stared at the ocean and thought, yes, this explains everything, you may already be halfway through a Dippack Mistri post.
This episode covers one extended piece of philosophical writing, Vedantic metaphors, what they actually point to, and where they run out of road.
Let's start with the metaphors themselves.
The central question here is whether the classic Vedantic metaphors, ocean, light, snake and rope, mirror, sun and moon, actually reach all the way to the absolute, or whether they stop short somewhere useful.
The ocean metaphor gets the most careful treatment, and the post makes a move most readers might not expect. The setup is that river merges into ocean, mind into self, but the post pushes past that. Here is the line. The end is even beyond the stillness, is what the writer is trying to infer. The end is solid, like the surface that supports the ocean. This is no nana nana.
So the upshot is that self-realization is not the finish line. The still deep is not the destination. The absolute is the ground that holds both the turbulence and the stillness, the container that cannot itself be contained.
Which makes the ocean a good metaphor right up until it isn't, because consciousness is described as no space, and surfaces are, inconveniently, spatial.
That tension runs through the light and darkness section too. The post asks directly whether enlightenment means someone walks around glowing, then dismantles the assumption. The real argument is almost a reversal. It is the darkness of empirical knowing that enlightens a man, and not the brightness of empirical ignorance.
Darkness as the useful state. The mind subdued, senses withdrawn, nothing to grab onto.
The snake and rope metaphor adds the mechanism. Vasanas, the accumulated conditionings of the mind, are the dim light that makes the rope look like a snake. Even knowing the snake is a superimposition does not immediately dissolve the illusion if those conditionings remain.
The mirror section tightens that. A tar-smeared mirror reflects only tar. A clear mind closely reflects static consciousness, and at the limit, in Sahaja Samadhi, is recognized as identical with it.
Ramana Maharshi's sun and moon metaphor makes the same point economically. Static consciousness is the sun. The mind is the moon. Useful while ignorance persists, redundant once the self is known. The post quotes Maharshi's gospel directly on the heart. If the mind is turned in, towards the source of illumination, objective knowledge ceases, and the self alone shines as the heart.
5 different metaphors, 1 destination. The post's closing line names it plainly, seeing God as he really is.
And all 5 break down at exactly the same point. The moment the absolute has to be described rather than indicated. What stays with me is the consistency. Ocean, light, mirror, moon, each one useful up to a boundary. And the boundary is always the same boundary.
The map keeps ending at the same coastline. Next time, we find out what's past it.